So I got a couple of items a couple of days ago, and I thought it was pretty cool when I seen it, and it's something that's quite useful, even for older devices that don't have what this has to offer. So what I get now, and what I'm playing with now in a lab of wackiness. Now I'm into Qi. What's Qi? As in wireless charging. So what I have here is a Ito Bessie. This is a Qi wireless tag for older iPhones, and specifically iPhone 5 series, 6 series, and the 7 series with the lightning connector. So here's an iPhone 6S Plus. It's a 2015 model, and it's currently still on its original battery. So it's 7 years old, and it's still going strong. So here's what this little charging tag looks like. It looks just like a tag, little name tag, but it's a charging tag, and it's got all this stuff in it for wireless charging. It's got the coil inside, and hopefully it's got all the good circuitry to make Apple happy, Apple devices happy, because it's a telltale sign that if you don't, typically if you have bad luck, which sometimes I do, uh, if you hook in like an inferior a charge cable or a generic charger to an Apple iPhone, sometimes you get burned. And I've heard there's stories all over the YouTube and stuff like that, and you can visit like iPad rehab and other fix-it places that fix iPhones and iPads and stuff like that. And generally, when you use a crappy charger or your cheap dollar store charger, that typically you burn out the charging circuit, and they call it TriStar and Chestnut and stuff like that. And you know, because there's no communication between the phone, the charge cable, and the charger. So the phone don't know what to do. So usually it defaults to like 1 amp, and the problem is when the battery's full, it just keeps going. And usually the chips burn out and the battery puffs and stuff like that. And I've been fortunate. I haven't had my two iPhones. They're 6 and 7 years old now. They're still on the original batteries, and they haven't puffed and they haven't blown out the top glass and stuff like that. So it's pretty good because I stick with the Apple compatible charging and cables, so I don't have to have that expense of having to repair it and sending them out and all that other stuff. So today we're going to do a little experiment, because of course I got an iPhone 6 and an iPhone 7 Plus. So they're older now, and they could be easily replaced because these are all secondhand. This is a secondhand. The iPhone 7 is a secondhand. The 7 I got, I didn't have to do anything with it. Just it was just a turn-in type phone that somebody turned it in, and some rehab guy, they take them in and they resell them, for whatever. And the 6 Plus here, or 6S or whatever the heck it is now, it don't matter at this point. I bought it with a cracked screen. I replaced the screen, so it's been a good phone ever since. This one I don't use as a phone anymore. It's not even. It doesn't even have enough capacity for my MP3 library. So it's a Roku remote control now. That's where it's been classified as now. And someday when I upgrade the 7, when Apple decides to kill it off with the system updates, iOS, so when they quit supporting it, I'll move up in rank. That's how I roll. So we're going to test out this little Qi wireless charging tag to see if it plays nice. So these things are available on Amazon. So let's check it out on Amazon. So here we are at the Amazon site for the Qi wireless charger receiver, ultra thin charging adapter receptor receiver, and mini slim patch module chip for iPhone 5 series through 7 series. Current price is $5.99. More powerful, quick charge your iPhone with the latest technology. Ultra thin and lightweight design. No need to change your phone cover. Lightning connectors for your iPhone's 5 series, 6 series, and 7 series. Accepts all standard Qi wireless charging equipment. And of course you get one wireless charging tag. And then we got the rest of the criteria here. Of course, this is for the lightning connector. And you can also search for these tags in micro USB and USB-C. As you see right here, does come in different flavors here. Here's USB-C. And of course, there's somewhere laying around here is probably micro USB. It's probably this one right here. So whatever your poison is. Not much else to report here. It says charging voltage is 800 milliamps. I've tested it. It comes from, that's probably about the lowest you can get. The maximum is 2 amps. I have gotten 2 amps out of these little tags. And the efficiency is greater than 70%. And of course the charging is sensing mode. So the tag and the pad have to shake hands. So that's it for this little segment. Now we'll go back to the video already in progress. And the brand is Ito Bessie. So a pretty nifty little gadget here. And of course the specifications, they're all over the place with this thing. I've noticed that. Like this one says the charging voltage is 5 volts at an amp. So, and then on the website it said like 800 milliamps. So we're going to find out what's really what's capable of doing. So these things are, you know, sort of new. Well, they've been around for a while, but I've just recently found them. From what I understand is the distance of thickness of material that they got to wirelessly transfer the induction is kind of limited. They give specifications in 4 millimeters, 6 millimeters, and stuff like that. So now it's time to talk about the charging pads. So the charging pads, they come in, you know, various different brands, and Apple and Anchor and this and that. But this one's a UTech wireless charging pad, model F500. And it's name wireless charging pad. That's generic as can be. Model F500. Input 5 volts at 2 amps, or 9 volts at 2 amps. So it's multi voltage. So that's pretty good. And of course, it's probably made in China. So wow, the sun's really swamping out. Let's check it out on Amazon. Here we are at the Amazon site for the UTech wireless charger. Qi certified 10 watt max fast wireless charging pad, compatible with your iPhones. Pretty much the iPhone 8 through 10 and up And of course, it doesn't just good enough for your iPhone. It's also good for your Samsung Galaxies, your Notes, AirPods, and other wireless charging devices. Current price is $12.99. You get an extra 5% off with coupon. And you get the different charging modes for charging your Pixel Buds and your Galaxy Buds and your AirPods. Then you get 10 watts charging for your Galaxy and your Notes. And then up to 7.5 watts for your iPhones and 5 watts for any other Qi certified enabled devices. And of course, you get 3 different colors. You get the black, blue, and red. The rest of the criteria here. Sleep-friendly design. The green LED indicator will flash for 3 seconds if power source is connected. And then turn on for 16 seconds if it recognizes your phone well enough. Entering charging mode, light will turn off and keep the whole charging process sleep-friendly. And of course, you get the charging pad and USB-C to USB-A charging cord. So now we'll go back to the video already in progress. So there you go. Just your basic everyday charging pad, capable of multi mobile device platforms, and probably good enough to have laying around in case you don't have one, in case you decide to upgrade or something like that. You'll have the base already in place. So let's open this up and see what it looks like. This is all new to me, so I have no idea what I'm doing on it. Brand new version boxes. Love it. So we get a cable, and it's USB-A to USB-C. That's convenient. I like USB-C. And we get the charging pad. And you get the protective film. Ooh. So that's what it looks like. Looks like a hockey puck. Thin one. It's got the USB port on one side, and this one's the black ring, the no colored. And as far as I know, this whole ring on the inside, the profile of it lights up. That couple of seconds when you first plug it in, and 16 seconds after it successfully connects with your phone. So apparently the all the good stuff is in the center here, and all the other good stuff's relatively flat, low profile. So let's see what this manual says. Oh, it's got pictograms. That's nice. Cases, cables, adapters are recommended. Slim case within 4 millimeters. So this is an OtterBox. Both my phones are in OtterBoxes, so they're quite thick boxes and covers and protectors, and they work quite good because I have dropped these from, I don't know, 6 feet at times and never cracked the glass. So all my equipment will always have OtterBoxes. So let's see, this is no metal ring cases, no magnetic pad cases. It says original cables, use the original cables. It says don't use inferior cables. And high quality phone adapters. And don't choose stupid or wannabe phone adapters. Instructions. Please choose certified 5 volt 2 amp adapter or 9 volt 2 amp fast charging adapter. I have all that good stuff. And let's see, LED lights up for 3 seconds after you power the connector. It says locate your phone on charging pad and make sure it's on a sweet spot for effective charging. Yes, that's with all wireless charging equipment, or Qi, or as you read it, QI. QI is translated to Qi. And it has a sweet spot. So when we put this in this, and you'll figure out where it is. So pretty much what you want to do is center that spiral there in the center of the pad on your Qi charging pad, and you get the most effective charging out of it. So you got to find the sweet spot, and then the LED lights up for 16 seconds, and then it goes out. And it says, attention, don't drop it, don't disassemble, don't expose to liquid. For safest and fastest charge, use only original or certified cables. This product is suitable for moderate climates only. The maximum ambient temperature for this use must not exceed 40°C. So this thing does have some sensors in it to detect any kind of overheating or short circuits or metal objects near it and stuff like that. And of course, don't expose it to flame sources such as candles. Don't do that. Okay, that's it for that. We'll do some testing, see what it's capable of. Yes, I like throwing everything on the floor. It's a video thing. But we have to install the tag in the phone. So since this is a thick phone case, the OtterBox Defender, we're going to sandwich it in between the two layers. So there's an inner and an outer layer. And if you have these things, you already know what it is. So this is the outer layer, and this is the inner layer. And the inner layer is all rubberized inside too. So we will go ahead and connect this. And this one's been sodomized on the bottom, so it's not originally factory. So we will plug in the connector. And that's what it does. It just sort of hangs out back here. And for stability purposes, I'll just put a little piece of tape on there, just to keep it from sliding around all over the place and possibly ripping the flex. So we'll keep it somewhat stable. So that's what it looks like when you're all done. And of course, yeah, it does tie up your port. So, you know, if you got to hook up your headphones or something like that, which I don't know who today still uses the port for headphone jacks when, you know, Bluetooth is more convenient. And of course, you have to be mindful that, you know, you do have to unplug it in case you need to still use your Apple cord for updating or anything else, reflashes and software updates or firmware updates, or generally I screwed it up so bad it's locked up as a brick and you have to reset it. So now we'll go ahead and put it back in its case, because I doubt that the communication between pad and tag will go past 2 layers thick. So now we're all back together, and you don't even know what's in there. So there. So now we'll hook it up to some power. So first thing we'll do is we'll hook it up to standard 5 volts before we go to Quick Charge 2.0. Let's see what it does. So we'll hook it up to 5 volts here. And we will hook it up to a meter, see what it's doing. Because you don't know. It might do 12 volts and try it. So we're currently at 5 volts. And luckily with this particular meter, I can hook it up to an app. It's got its own app. Because it's real hard to focus in on this little screen with the camera. Where this one is much prettier. And it's easier to focus in on. Other than the glare of the ring light. So, 5 volts. Hope you can see that. Probably not. That's okay. You don't need to see anyway. So we are at 5 volts. And of course it has a little bit of parasitic draw. But that's measuring the cable communication. And we'll hook it up to the pad. And the little ring did light up. And it went out. So now, they tell you to find the sweet spot. So we know that the sweet spot is somewhere down here. And then we will just boop, plop it on the charging pad. And it's charging. And it is currently charging at 1.3 amps. So that's a good sign that it's communicating with the Apple circuitry. So that's a good sign. And of course it's going to go up and down because that's how Apple charging does. It goes up and down, and drive you nuts if you were to watch a meter all day long. So for those that don't know what 1.2 amps at 5 volts is, that's about 5.8 or 5.9 watts, up and down. And it says, you can find the sweet spot. So, you can move it around a little bit and see if you can find the sweet spot. So about 1.3 amps. Normally, if it was not Apple friendly, it would probably only be charging at about 900 milliamps or something like that. So that's pretty cool that it's actually communicating. So that means that it won't fry anything inside the phone. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's doing well. So now we'll go ahead and take that off. And of course, with the Apple thing, it tells you when it's charging and all other stuff. And then for curiosity's sake, being that this is a ancient phone, what does the battery say for battery health? 88%. This thing is what, 2015, 20, 7 years old, and it's still at 88% health. You know what the secret is? Don't kill the battery every day. A lot of people don't know that, and they think it's bullshit that uh, bringing your mobile device's battery down to zero and then charging them back up is good for them. Yeah, they're capable of doing that, but I guarantee you, if you bring it down to like 30 or 40% and then charge it back up, you'll get many, many more months or even years out of the battery. 7-year-old battery. 7. I know people that don't get more than 2 or 3 years out of one, and they're shot, and they got to go get them rehabbed. So now that that little test is done for 5 volts, let's hook it up to 9 volts. So that means hooking up to a quick charge. So now we'll hook it up to a 9 volt setup. So that's pretty neaty. So now we're at 9 volts, as you can see. I think you can see that, 9 volts. And now we'll take the phone and plop it on the pad. Then you got to find the little sweet spot. Boop. So now at 9 volts, it's currently charging it at 1 amp. So that's pretty good. Higher voltage, usually you get a reduction of current. And for whatever reason, I did read on the Amazon site that it is preferred for the charging tag to charge it at 9 volts because of a lower amperage. So that means it would be lower amperage. And lower amperage would mean lower heat. Because they do get a little warm and stuff like that. So, because you're dealing with the induction and the conversion process and all the crap that goes on with Qi wireless charging. That's why the pad has heat protection in it, because there might be a possibility it might go a little wild, and get a little too hot. So, of course, heat and electronics, they don't always get along. So, the cooler, the better. So it's just a little fun little thing to, get into Qi wireless charging. And of course, to make the Android users happy, you can get these tags in micro USB and USB-C. All you got to do is a simple search on your Amazon for a Qi micro USB charging tag or Qi wireless USB-C tag, and then you can, have Qi wireless charging for your older devices, and then, whenever you decide to upgrade to a phone or a device or a mobile device that has Qi already in it, you already got the base structure. You got your pads and stuff like that. So that's always handy to have. And for what little bit of money that, a wireless tag and a pad costs, under $20, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong at all, no. So I guess that's it for this video. I do have a little something extra for a bonus that I've, because now that I'm into the Qi, I got this little thing, and it's a GickFun Qi wireless charging USB port DIY project. So let's check out this little device online on the Amazon sites. So there you go, DIYs. Now this little thing can have some serious potential. I mean, because now that most phones have Qi in it now, and now you got the capability of, you know, getting something like this. And then you get the coil, and then you get the power to support it. And this is micro USB powered. So, what would you use this for? Well, maybe you want to make your own pads. Or maybe you want to put this somewhere remote that, you know, you got access to USB power and that you can plug in somewhere. The possibilities are endless with this thing. I mean, I know a lot of now that this is becoming more and more common. How many times do you plop your phone on your armrest of your chair or your couch or your love seat or your whatever, and you can just sort of maybe find a little spot somewhere where you can go, and then you can slip this in with a USB cord come out, and then you can just plop your phone on your armrest and have it charge at the same time. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that's cool. That's already available. There is some furniture with that already in it. Let's say you don't want to buy another couch or something like that. You wait for the old lady to get out of the house. You just give her your credit card and tell her to go shopping. You go attack the couch or something like that, and you put a little slice in somewhere where, you know, you won't notice it, and you slip that in there, slip in the armrest, and then when you're sitting there watching TV and you got your phone, and you're like, oh dear, it's almost dead, I gotta charge it. You can just plop it on your armrest and charge your phone. So let's see if this little bugger works. Doing something, it's got power. See the little LED on? Here we are at the Amazon site for the GickFun Qi wireless charger PCB circuit board coil for wireless charging micro USB port DIY. Current price is $8.98. Your main connection is USB micro, and its current rating is for 2 amps. And this is a DIY board. So in case you want to add this pad and have somewhere to hide this board, then you can have Qi wireless anywhere you desire. And of course, it's compatible with your iPhone and Android type phones and any other Qi standard wireless charging. This one claims it's 75% efficient, and the charging distance is anywhere from 2 to 8 millimeters. So, like I mentioned in the video, the slimmer your phone case, the better off you would be. GickFun, turn your great idea into reality. Yeah, make a charging pad out of anything. So my credentials are to take an older automobile phone stand holder and make it a Qi wireless charger at the same time. So that's it for this little segment. So we'll go back to the video already in progress. That works too. That's cool. But for me, I would actually install this into a car charger. That's a particular one that I use during the summertime. It's in a cup holder type situation, and it's got a long stem coming up, and then another riser coming off of that, and then you get the phone holder. So I can pretty much this has already got double stick tape on it, and then just put this circuit board somewhere out of the way and just have it plugged in. So then when you plop the phone in the charger, it charges. So that's pretty cool. Another handy little gadget for here for the laboratory of wackiness. So another half-hour video long. Be a little longer with the intros and outros that I got. So thanks for watching. Sun's out. Nice out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.